Have you ever seen someone so desperate to bust a nut that they're willing to die to do so? I gave you the movie Nosferatu. Robert Eggers' latest begins with a young woman named Ellen praying for companionship. She winds up getting attacked by an invisible beast and is left convulsing on the ground. The movie then skips forward to Ellen as an adult, having just married Thomas Hutter, a young real estate agent. Thomas is preparing to go on a long business trip to a place called Transylvania to conduct a real estate transaction. But Ellen's got a bad feeling about the whole thing and begs him not to go. But Thomas wants that Transylvanian paper, so he goes anyway. When Thomas arrives, he meets a decaying old man with fangs and a giant Tom Selleck mustache named Count Orlok. But it turns out instead of closing the land deal, Orlok is actually way more interested in drinking Thomas's blood. Thomas manages to escape the castle, but instead of going after him, Orlok gets on a ship and travels to Thomas's hometown. Thomas realizes that the monster is actually after his wife Ellen, and the race is on. Will Thomas get back home before Orlok arrives, or will she fall prey to the mustachioed bloodsucker? Nosferatu is an incredible film and a technical display of brilliance by director Robert Eggers. The masterful work he does with the camera, the way he uses angles and one takes to create fear and tension, it was all incredible. Everything about the look and design of the movie felt real and lived in. The performances were exceptional. Nick Holt was great as the lead. He pretty much carries the entire first half of the movie. His scenes with Orlok all have Orlok out of focus or just out of the frame. So the movie relies on Holt's acting just to express how horrific meeting Orlok is, and he knocks it out of the park. Between this movie and next year's Superman, I think Holt is primed to become a major star. Bill Skarsgård is absolutely unrecognizable as Count Orlok. He's a goddamn chameleon. His character is barely on screen, and when he is, he's mostly hidden. But you can feel the intensity and intimidation just radiating from him. He's a pure monster. A feral animal. The voice alone is out of this world, and apparently it's the actor's actual voice. It's a mind-blowing performance, and I can't believe it's from the same guy who starred in the Crow reboot. By the way, he hangs dong, too. Before this, I wasn't that familiar with Lily Rose Depp. But she proved here that she has real talent like her father. She just is this poor and broken woman. The scenes of her seizures or possessions are superhuman. William Dafoe doesn't show up until the end of the second act, but even then he nearly steals the movie as the quirky occult doctor who tries to help the leads defeat Nosferatu. The only performance I didn't like was Aaron Taylor Johnson as Thomas's best friend, Frederick Harding. I thought he was badly miscast in the role. It just felt like a kid trying too hard to project authority and sophistication, and it just didn't work. The first hour, with Thomas' trip and arrival at Orlok's castle, is the peak of the movie. The ominous signs and warnings as Thomas gets closer and closer, it feels like we're watching this poor sap walk to his doom. Yet at the same time, we have no idea what's going on and what's coming. You just want Thomas to turn and run away. Orlok's castle is decrepit and impressive. It's stone and wooded, and yet you can't escape it. You can't even move around because it seems like Orlok always knows where you are. I think the movie's weak point is the end. It felt somewhat underwhelming and kind of abrupt. The first half of the movie had such an epic build-up that the ending just can't live up to. But it doesn't stop the movie from reaching greatness, and when the credits start rolling, you know you just watched a masterpiece. Robert Eggers is a master craftsman with few equals. Go see Nosferatu.